do want to introduce you to one gentleman who has cared and donated his time for the last 45 years. So, Don Mitchell, who's the 1956 graduate of Tiffin Columbian High School, joined the Air Force, served his time in the Air Force, met his bride, came back to live in Tiffin, has been living in the same house since 1969. And then when they moved the intersection of Ellis Street to line up with Euclid so that it would make a nice intersection instead of being offset, they left that little triangular piece of grass there that just kind of got forgotten, kind of. Public Works, this is not Brandon's Public Works, I'm sure you'd be right on it, but Public Works back at that time, they only mowed it twice a year, and all the rest of the time the grass would grow up, and when the grass got so high, people would just throw their trash in there because it was hidden. And so Don kind of took it upon himself, like, I'm gonna clean this up, and I'm gonna take care of this grass because I don't want people throwing trash in there. And he's been doing that for over 45 years. So he didn't ask for anything. He didn't ask for any kind of compensation or awards or anything. He just did it. And I love it when people don't say, don't say, it's not my job. You know, it's like when I was out there picking up trash after the block party. It's like, I don't want to go to people and say, hey, it's not my job. No, that is my job if I can do it now. And so that's the way Don is. Like, he just did it. He didn't complain to anybody, he just did it. And so, anyway, Don, if you would come up here, I would like to present you with the Citizen of the Year Award. You want to say a few words?
I'll say a few words. You know, I was born and raised in Kentucky. I come to Tiffin, Ohio in 1952, but I still got the brogue. And everybody tells me now, what state are you from? And I says, oh, well, Kentucky, I guess. Anyway, and I came here in Labor Day weekend. And back then, school started on the day after Labor Day. And we moved here the night before. And we just start school the next day because school started. And I asked my mother, well, how are we going to find these schools? We don't know where they're at. And she didn't even know where they were at. And she said, the main thing that you do is when you get out in the street, you see someone about your age, ask them where they're going to school. Because they knew what school they was going to, and you follow them, and everybody made it. There was 9 of us. So, and was all scattered around, but back then everybody walked to school, so we didn't have any problem. And I played football and basketball and track at Columbia in the 50s. And when I got out of, graduated from high school, I headed off to service. There was 15 of us from Tiffin that went the same time, different services. Most of us went in the Air Force. And that's how I ended up in Iceland and found my beautiful wife. And come to find out, before we got married, we was both buried on the born on the same day, 16th of December, 3 years. She's 1940, I'm 37. So anyway, and I just thought I'd show you this. And one of my daughters gave me this a few years back, and also the stepdaughter, the picture there, made a pillow with one of these other shirts with that, and I got it in the family room. So, I got jobs and worked, and I also worked on the side. I was a carpet installer for a long time on the side, but I always had a full-time job. And I finally ended up retiring in 1998 from the labor's union out of Marion, Ohio. And so when I got ready to retire and stuff, I thought, well, I got to find something to do. So I started running. We run road races, stuff around. And when I got too old for that, about 67, I think it was, I got too old to run, so I started riding a bike, and I've been all over this country, Tennessee, Kentucky, on a bicycle now. And I do, till this day, I try to do 20 miles a day, every day. And I go to Findlay, Fostoria, and Marion, and I went to Columbus, daughter lives there, and I've had a real good life. Plus, the section he was talking about up there used to be a house there, and I'm not sure how long I've cut that grass up there in that Ellis Street in Sandusky, but it's been way over 40 years, maybe 45, I don't know. But when they moved the house a few years after that, the guy, so just like before when I was going to school, someone was looking after me. They took me to the right school. So I want to thank the Mayor Wilkinson and his wife. They were down the other day, but I didn't know what was going on. They said, you make sure you show up, and his wife showed up today before 6 o'clock. Said, you still going, ain't she? Yeah, okay. So anyway, that's the way it goes, and I really appreciate all you people being here. I don't know if you come on account of me, but I sure appreciate seeing all your faces. In fact, I used to know everyone in Tiffin, but I hardly know anyone here except her and him. So believe that or not. And I got a lady that sat by me over there. She lives close to me, and I don't know her. But anyway, and I've also cut grass, and I do it with a push mower, not a ride mower. Throw my mower in, and when I'm on the bicycle and I see some poor person that can't cut their grass, I just stop, don't even knock on the door. I just cut the grass and get up when I get done. And I took care of on the corner of Ella, or Sandusky and Perry Street, the corner, the southeast or northeast side. When the guy passed away, and it was a real nice house, they let it go, and I cut that one whole summer. So I'm just trying to help everybody. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Again. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So Don, I think all this time you were the one taking care of us. We weren't taking care of you. So anyway, I don't know of any better conclusion that we could have than that. That was perfect. People of Tiffin are what makes Tiffin great, and there's a perfect example. So thank you for coming. Thank you for your support. I do appreciate it.